Hello and welcome to the Discover History YouTube channel, and today we are getting ready for Friday because, as you're probably aware, Friday we are remembering nationally, even worldwide really to be fair, the end of the war in Europe. In other words, VE Day, Victory in Europe Day, May the 8th 1945. So what we're going to do each day this week, we're going to give you advice on how you can get ready for the big day. And today, Monday, we're doing all about decorating your home. Now, you may not have proper flags like this one, or even big flags that you can hang outside your house, or even bunting to have hanging up in your house. But you don't have to worry about that, because on May the 8th, 1945, people didn't start going into shops and buying lots and lots of things. Not many things were around, to be fair. So a lot of people did a lot of last minute decorating their home and street, and they would have used all the things that they would have found around in their home. So what we're going to do today is show you how to decorate your home ready for Friday. Now, a bit of advice: if you go on the Royal British Legion website, or even their Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages, you will actually see a layout for the day, because the day starts on Friday with a small act of remembrance, remembering the fact that this war came to an end with a massive loss of life. And then later on throughout the day, you'll be able to hear the Queen talk to the nation and even have a sing-along with Vera Lynn. So have a look on there and try and plan your day around what the Royal British Legion have organised for that day. So what do you need to decorate your home? Well, you need paper. Now, if you want to, don't bother going and buying reams of paper or taking paper out of the printer. You can use scrap paper, because what you have to remember is people in 1945 were doing this last minute. So scraps of paper or even packaging is absolutely fantastic. Let's recycle more. You've also got sticks, cocktail sticks, big sticks. If you're going for your healthy walk around the area and you go into a park, bring home some twigs, anything really, but you need these to make your sticks to fly your flags on. You need some glue. I've got a glue stick, but you can mix some glue. You can get some PVA glue. If you want to do it proper 1940s, maybe a bit of flour in water, the old-fashioned type of glue. You need some colouring pencils or colouring pens. Bit of advice: you've got white paper, so really the only colours that you're going to need is red and blue. We're trying to get the patriotic colours of our nation: red, white and blue. A pen so you can write some slogans on some of your posters and on some of your flags. Scissors, and most importantly, some string. So if you go out and get those things ready, you can spend the rest of this week creating decorations for your very home. You don't have to think, I'm going to stockpile all these things till Friday. Start decorating your home today. By Friday, your house will look unbelievably patriotic and look like it did 75 years ago. So the first thing we're going to do is make some flags, and they are really easy to make. Get your piece of paper and start cutting them up. You might want to cut a long strip. In other words, cut the A4 paper straight down the length of the middle, and you can also cut smaller ones as well. So you should end up with paper like that. So half a piece of A4 stood up in the portrait way, or even smaller pieces of paper like that. And then what you want to do is fold them in half. So you now have something that looks like that. So all you've done is literally folded them in half. Then you want to colour in a flag on one or even both sides. Now just think about the Allied nations, the nations that won the war. You might want to think of, for example, America. America took part in the war. They came in 1941. So you might want to draw an American flag or colour in an American flag on one. You might want to do a French flag, and that's quite important because obviously France was invaded right at the very start of the war. And if you want to, have a little look on the internet and find out about the Free French, because the Free French had that flag, but they had a badge in the middle. The Free French were actually trained, or did some of their training, in Worcestershire. They had a camp over at Bewdley, for example. whilst you're preparing for your decorations, just have a look at the local area. Have a look online, see what the local area was doing during the war. It is quite an interesting topic. I've also got strange red and white flags. Anyone guess what this is? It's actually the Polish flag. And remember, this year we're also commemorating the Battle of Britain, and there was a huge amount of Polish airmen that fought in the war, and in particular in the Battle of Britain. So red and white is actually the Polish flag. So try and have a look and use the internet to look up the different flags of the Allied nations, and there's quite a few really. America, France, but then there's all of the British Empire countries as well that were involved. So let's try and get a spectrum, a whole colourful array of flags. So colour them in like we have showed you, like these, and then take your sticks, either the long sticks, the cocktail sticks, the kebab sticks, whatever, and all you need to do is put some glue on the inside. So you take your glue stick, pop a bit of glue in the middle, and then once you've popped the glue in the centre, take the stick and glue the paper nice and tightly around the flag. If you've got a small one, like our little Polish flag, all you need to do is take your little stick or your cocktail stick, wrap that around. So you've then got flags that you can either wave on Friday, especially when we're singing things like We'll Meet Again, or you've got flags that can go in a vase, or if you've got a jam jar, do it 1940 style, take a jam jar, put those flags in, maybe take some nice flowers and pop them in as well. Or you could actually take the smaller ones, and when you're having a party on Friday, and we would advise you having a little party at home, when you've got plates with sandwiches on, maybe use the little flags to mark what the sandwiches are. So you could have an allied nation like Poland there, and then on the other side write down, for example, spam sandwiches, whatever the flavour or whatever the filling is inside the sandwich. You will learn more about the food on Thursday and Friday. Today we're just decorating the home. Tomorrow we're going to make some party hats, and Wednesday we're going to make some decorations for ourselves, rosettes for example, very patriotic rosettes. So hopefully you are going to go out there and fill your home with flags, either the ones that you've bought, or you're following our advice and you are making your own with scraps of paper, colouring pens and so on. Now it's also advisable to make some bunting, because obviously it's quite an iconic thing. You see it in all the parties, the street parties in 1945. You also see it during coronations as well, the coronation of King George VI, for example. And they're very easy to make. All you need to do is take some more paper and you cut a triangle into it. So just cut it into a triangle and then colour it in. Now I'm just going to reach and get mine, and here we have one made earlier. There we go. This one is obviously of the Union flag. Try to use the word Union flag, by the way. It's only called a Union Jack if it's on a jackstaff on a ship. Interesting fact for you. So do lots of these, and you can do all the Allied nations, or you can just do it like that, or just colour it in red and then blue, and therefore mix it up so you've got red, white and blue. You can also, and this is something that's a modern idea, it's not an idea that they had during the war, maybe draw around your hand and then cut your hand out once you've coloured it in, and therefore your bunting can have the hands of the family members at your home on VE Day on Friday. It's up to you really, but if you're going to do it authentically, let's see lots and lots of bunting. And then the way we do this is very simple. You take your string, and this is what's going to hold it up in the air. Take your string, and then with the top of your flag, fold over a small amount at the very, very top. So all you need to do is fold a small bit over the top, and then add some glue to it. And then when you glue the fold over, you can have a whole row of bunting made out of scrap paper with the different Allied flags on. So remember, these bigger flags with the sticks on, you can put them in vases, inside jam jars, or stick them on the little sandwiches and so on. But your bunting can be flying in your house, or maybe even going around the walls of your house. Another thing that you might want to do is create some streamers. And all you need to do for that is take your sheets of paper, colour in a big strip in red, big strip in blue, and obviously keep the white paper as well, and then cut strips. So you should end up with strips like this. And then if you put glue on the blue strip first of all, so take the blue strip, pop a bit of glue on the top of the blue, then attach the white. So there's the blue with the glue on, then attach the white, and then if you do the same with the white, so attach a bit of glue on the white and then attach the red. So you've now got red, white and blue. These can be stuck up as they are is little streamers, or if you take a pen and curl the paper, you will have some really, really amazing curly streamers that can be added to all your bunting in between. So this can go in between the bunting triangles. The choice is completely yours, but try and use red, white and blue because that is the nation's colours. Now if you've got your red, white and blue strips still, and you've got some half cuts, you didn't want them too long, so you've got smaller bits like that, what you've got to remember is you can put some glue on these as well. And if you glue these into little rings, exactly like they were doing during the war at Christmas time, you can have some quite fantastic red, white and blue paper chains. It's not just kept for Christmas. Doing the research for this, I actually found a picture of a street party where they had red, white and blue paper chains. There is so much you need to do for Friday, so start this afternoon. And the interesting thing is you don't have to buy any of this. Look at the scrap paper and start crafting. Now what about some posters then? You might want to put a poster in your front window, in your back window, maybe even put some pictures on the wall. Well, I've got some here. We have a piece of paper here and I've got Victory in Europe on it, and we've got the Morse code of ... which was the code at the time. We've got this one coloured in patriotically with the RAF, the Army and the Royal Navy at the bottom. Victory, May the 8th, 1945. Or a little favourite of mine, giving it a border of red, white and blue, Welcome Home Jack. And you're probably thinking, what's that all about? Well, in the war there's a famous picture of a demobbed soldier, and on the prefab house is that sign, Welcome Home Jack, and you can see this soldier walking down the path to his family. It's the end of the war. So hopefully this has given you some inspiration and some ideas. This Friday is VE Day. Let's start decorating houses for Friday, and we will give it a celebration that they deserve. Anyway, on that note, stay safe, stay in, start crafting. See you soon.